Hi, I'm Jim from M&M Tools and Machinery. Today we're just going to go over basically the new MAKITA cordless tools that are out. We're not going to use any of them or go into too much depth on any one of them, but just kind of have a quick look at some of the new stuff they've come out with, because they've actually come out with several new things lately, which is cool. They've got their lawn and garden division, and so they came out with this. This is 18 volt, okay, and it's a hedge trimmer with a nice long trimming blade on it, which is cool. They have another one of these that is a 36 volt version. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it real well, but it's got an even longer blade on it. And what's cool with MAKITA right now, so you see this thing, it's huge, right? It's got a really, really long blade for those that have big bushes, I guess. But the nice thing with MAKITA is if you look at the back of this, this is shaped for a 36 volt tool. But MAKITA's really smart, and they came out with this adapter that lets you throw two 18 volt batteries into the adapter, and then you slide the adapter on with the two 18 volt batteries in there. So it's really smart. You don't have to buy a 36 volt battery. Then another one they came out with, again this is lawn and garden, is they've got this small weed eater, right? Just an 18 volt. But this thing's only like $100, and we've actually sold several of them, and they've done really, really well. So they're a single line trimmer, but we've had really good success. So if you've got a, I don't know, quarter acre or a 0.1 size yard, this is great. For those of you that have a really big yard, MAKITA has the answer for that also. This is their brushless weed eater, also 18 volt, but this one is variable speed. There's your power button, and then I can't remember what this does. Sorry guys, I can't remember. We haven't used this one enough. Oh, duh. That's how you use the switch right there. And then looks like that's just your on-off button. Then you can extend the shaft out. It's a dual line trimmer, so if you have a bigger yard or a bigger area to cut, and then it's taller, so therefore it's more comfortable to use. So that's another one. Now this one's like, I don't know, 190 or 200 bucks, something like that. But it is brushless, so that means you get longer run time. 100 bucks, 190. I can't remember how much the trimmer is on either the 18 or the 36 volt. We don't have the little hammer right this second, otherwise I would show you. These came out like 6 months ago, or maybe 9 months ago, but pretty cool, just cordless shears, which are handy. They've had most of this other stuff for a while. I guess we can just point them out. So your right angle drill, right? Nice and compact. It saves you about an inch compared to most other people's, but you do have to use a key. They usually have a little key right there. Your drywall guns, they have this one, and then they have another one that's got a handle similar to this, but they came out with this, and this is far more popular now because it's what everybody's used to. Your die grinder, that came out about a year ago. We haven't sold too many of these, but I'm sure they're good. Everything else is good. So right angle impact with a 3/8 chuck on it, and then here's your 1/4 inch standard chuck. Nice and tight, so you can get into really confined spaces with it. This is a 36 volt hammer. This has been out for about a year. Super cool, lots of oomph. Same concept as the weed eater. You put in two 18 volt batteries and slide it on there. Really good hammer, and it is brushless also. Oh, I was wrong guys, it's not brushless. There's your brushes right there. The hammer that we're missing that I really, really like is an 18 volt hammer, and it is brushless. And what's cool about it is you can throw this little vacuum attachment on it, which is a HEPA vacuum, and the 18 volt battery runs both this and the hammer. When that one comes back in, maybe we'll have to do another little video on it. Two different types of hammer drills. Hopefully you'll notice on these, this is kind of their older design. Hopefully you'll notice here that basically all they've done is they've moved the handle down below the tool. So this is really good for confined spaces. And, it saves you about 3 inches or 2 inches. But other than that, they're the same exact drill. There's nothing different about them. MAKITA's 18-volt blower. They now have a 36-volt blower, which is new. We don't have one of those in stock, otherwise I'd show you. This one, of course, the radio. Now they have a newer radio. We'll probably do another video on that later. It's black, has a couple other cool features. Your concrete vibrator, right? Gets all the air pockets out of concrete. Multi-tool. That one's been out about a year also. These have been really good. We've had good success with these. And they just barely came out with one that's keyless. So you don't have to undo it with your Allen wrench. You just lift up on a lever. So really good job there too. DeWalt has one of those as well. Please do not get confused. This is not a brad nailer. This is an upholstery stapler. MAKITA has brad nailers in other countries, but not here in the States yet. Sorry. And we don't know when it's going to come into the States. But upholstery stapler, we've only sold a few, but guys seem to say they do a good job. So that's good. On this other side, this is their 4-in-1 tool. They've had this for a long time. I've only ever sold 2, I guess. They're okay. The concept is really cool. The actual execution of it, they did a good job for what it is. So anytime you make too many compromises on a tool, you tend to lose out. So it's probably easier to just buy a drill and an impact and go that way. This is new. This is only like 6 months old, or actually 3 to 6 months old. This is their new little recip, their 18-volt recip. The nice thing is you can get into tight spaces by just grabbing this handle, right, and get into a little tight crevice. Or you can use this trigger down here if you need, if you want to use it the normal way. Now, do not expect this to perform the same way as a normal recip does. One of the benefits of a normal recip is you have weight. And that weight, while it's not as fun to use it, the benefit to that weight is that it helps you in the cutting. So just the weight of the saw will help the teeth cut through whatever you're cutting through. So this is great for certain applications where you're in tight areas or confined areas, or if you're cutting something small. But this is not the type of this isn't what you'd use to, make a door bigger in a house or cut down framing members. This is what you'd use to do PVC pipes or sprinkler pipe or something like that. So, but it is a great tool. We sold several of these thus far, and everybody's happy. Let's see, and I guess I'm showing all the MAKITA products we have in stock right now, not necessarily the new ones. I'll try and point out the ones that are new, like that one and these others. But so this is just your standard, or not your standard. These are your bigger 1/2-inch impacts. All the brands have something like this. The MAKITA ones the other brands are good too. Everybody's are good. The MAKITAs are cool because if you look at this, guys sometimes think that's broken, but MAKITA does that on purpose so that while you're impacting, it doesn't damage the battery holder, so that it moves with it. So this is a 1/2-inch impact. I think it has like 350 or 400 foot-pounds of torque. So this will take off a tire, not a semi-tire, but a car tire. And they do a great job. And then also, they came out with this about 1.5 or 2 years ago. This has the 7/16 quick change on it. This is for a lot of power guys or telephone companies when they're drilling through their big beams. With this impact, you don't burn through batteries as fast. It's not as fast as a drill, but also when you get stopped, well, number one, you usually don't get stopped in the woods, so it doesn't rip your arm off, and the battery lasts a lot longer in these. So very good tools. And then of course your smaller 1/2-inch and 3/8 impacts, right? Very similar to the 1/4-inch hex impacts. The fan, which doesn't seem like much, but this little guy does a great job. Last summer we used it almost all summer. It was a hotter summer than it has been this summer, and the thing works great. So then the caulking gun, this just barely came out 3 months or 6 months ago. We've only sold a couple, but thus far no complaints. They've got this style, and then they've also got the style that's got a little bit longer nose on it. So it's been good. This is new, and this is really cool. I haven't sold one yet, but it's a really cool concept. So this is a 36-volt circular saw, full 7 1/4 inch. Their testing shows that they've been able to cut 230 2x4s with this. So what you do is you put in two 18-volt batteries, and this is going to be Makita's new design on a lot of their 36-volt tools. They're foregoing the adapter altogether and just building it into it. So you pop in two 18-volt batteries and away you go. Really cool thus far. Like I said, we haven't sold any, but thus far it seems good. And from what we've heard and the demos we've seen. Little sander, this came out about a year ago. And it's good. I can't remember, on the website it tells you how much you can get on a full charge. It's a 3-speed sander. My guys that own this say that it gives you a fine sand. It's not they like it just fine. So they're not raving about it, but they also feel like it comes in handy when they need it. So it's been good. Recip saw, of course, they got two different models. One has a little bit more protection for the tool. It has a hook on it and it has an LED. This one I think is just the basic one, which is what we sell more of. There's like $100 difference between the two, so that's why we sell more of the other. Biscuit joiner, that came out about a year ago also. Haven't sold a ton of those, but the guys that buy them say they really like them. Same deal as the sander. They're excited to have that cordless option when they need it. But really cool tools. Like, we've been impressed. We haven't seen any of them back for repair. Everything's been good on both of these. The quality has been good. So big bandsaw, little bandsaw. The little bandsaw just barely came out, probably 3 months or less ago. Cool because it's nice and light. Doesn't take as big of a cut, but you know, when you just need something small, it does great. And then of course your big bandsaw is just like a normal porta-band. I don't know if you can see that as well in this mess of blue. But there's the big bandsaw. Has an LED light on it, which is really nice. DeWalt and Makita both do that. But there's the two bandsaws. This guy, your hand planer, came out 6 months or a year ago. We've had good luck with these as well. Then your jigsaw, of course, that's been out a while. Does a good job. All of these have done a good job. I don't have one yet that I would say hasn't performed well. There's certainly other brands that maybe perform better in certain tools, and we can get into that on another video. But Circ saw, they've got two of these. I can't remember what the difference is in the more expensive one, but the motor's a little bit more protected. This one is just the basic $100 one, and this is mainly what we sell. The other one we don't sell very often either. Your two upgraded saws. This one cuts steel, and this one cuts wood. The difference that we can see, because they run the same speed, the difference is this comes with the metal cutting blade and has this little shroud on it. Ironically, they paint this plastic, the plastic color, and this plastic is painted a metal color. I don't know what the plan was there. The guard's a little different, but they run the same speed. But it is important to buy this if you want metal cutting, because these blades are not cheap. So you save money by buying it with the saw that first time. So both of these are like, I don't know, a couple $100. We've had really good success with these, and this metal cutting little Makita saw has performed really well. And then they came out with a new smaller chainsaw, but this is their 36-volt chainsaw. Same adapter as we talked about with the other tools. Of course, you can put your oil in right here. You adjust your tension here. This has worked great for everybody so far. You've got your safety mechanism there. You don't sell tons of these, but the guys that own them, they really like them. I've heard a lot of really good reviews on this one. Then they just barely came out with a stubby version of this that's an 18-volt. So, you know, the saw is, if you took off, you know, that and brought it in here, and then the blade's probably only that long. The cool thing with that one is they've got a pole attachment to make it into a tree pruner. So you can get into, you know, the pole goes up to 10 feet. And the cool thing is the trigger is down here on the bottom. So, you know, it's basically like a tree, you know, it's a pole pruner. So it's really cool. They have a couple other tools that they've come out with, but I can't remember what they are right at the moment. And like I said, I've started out thinking we'd just go over the new tools, but while we were here, we went over the old ones too. If you have questions, please holler at us, and we'll try and do some videos on the individual tools at some point. Our big show here at M&M is September 5th this year, 2014. And maybe we'll see if some of the reps could maybe go over all their different tools, because DeWalt has a whole bunch of tools as well. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great day.